Crack versus meth.
I'd prefer meth. You get more done.
No, I wasn't. I'll tell you the dirtiest drug in my opinion would probably be heroin. In my opinion. Oh
yeah, that's
heroin's
just
the dirty. Like they will
something into you is just.
They will stick their neck. They will poke their hands till there's no more veins. It is probably the most disgusting drug that I can think of that you can get hooked on, and that is what a life. I can't imagine.
You ever seen the ones that get the disease, like the fucking
their veins collapse? Oh, it's terrible.
They can't find the veins after a while.
Mm-hmm.
I've been rewatching The Wire a lot. They weren't really doing much heroin, I don't think, on that show.
I've been watching a lot of Intervention.
Eesh.
Yeah,
I used to love Intervention.
It's just god damn, like the things these people do to their bodies for a drug. I don't understand it, and I think that's partially why I'll never try anything else. Because I don't want to be on that road. You have a fucking Endure can behind you. That just reminds me of people that will go to the store and buy that and inhale it because they're getting a high.
Yeah.
How do you get to that level?
Something to say, Chris?
What? Nah, that's empty. I stopped. Minnie. I kicked it, guys.
I was gonna say his whole setup is dusty as fuck, so there's no reason that should be in here.
How do you even do that? Do you just inhale the?
Yeah, you inhale. You don't do anything.
You want to try it?
No. He just offered to be aerosol.
I think that's illegal, right?
It might be. It might be. God damn.
I meant your table's dusty. That's what I meant. You wanted to try it.
I'm good. But yeah, definitely heroin would probably be the worst one in my opinion. And then there's crack.
Heroin cocaine. Or like what's the
speed.
That new shit. That Tranq shit.
Tranq. Oh, Tranq is
where it's
bad,
like eating your legs and all. Ugh.
Tranq is literally creating zombies in Philadelphia.
What is Tranq though?
I'm not sure.
It has to be a tranquilizer of some sort.
You know what? You're right.
Some sort of horse tranquilizer.
Let's actually
be horse tranquilizer.
Let's actually look up what Tranq is on this installment of Liberty City Hijinks.
Fuck. Hey, okay.
Fucking haggard shit, bro.
Totally muffed up.
Fucking muffed up. All right, well, we go to, I believe this is Philly. Yep, Philadelphia. Where the Tranq is flowing.
Oh,
like
so
water.
Beautifully.
Jesus, bro.
So this is just a random street in Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
On Tranq is where they spend most of their days.
On Tranq.
Yeah, on Tranq.
You know what that just reminded me of? Walking through LA. You hear these little bum conversations and they're so interesting you want to sit there and listen, but you don't want to get stabbed.
Yeah, you can't stick around.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And you always walk in on the good part.
Yep.
Always. Like you're walking by and you just hear, my dad raped me. And then I'm like, I want to hear more.
Yeah, I fucking cut you though.
Yeah, it's like
heard that. This guy, pull it back.
What?
Bit. That guy's just knocked out on the ground, bro.
Oh yeah, he's like face planted, right?
Fuck.
Look at this fool.
He looks like he was throwing up.
Or eating.
Yeah. Having a bad day.
Definitely having a bad day. He's tranked
Sometimes
out.
I like to pause it and make up little stories for each person.
Oof.
Usually the story's the same though.
This is nuts. Yeah, my boy, he might be dead.
I think he's dead.
Somebody check on that guy, bro. What the fuck?
Wait. I don't think he's breathing.
I think he's dead. That might be a dead person. Holy hell.
He's He's getting a lot of sun right now.
This is horrendous.
Even the pigeons on Tranq, they didn't even fly away. That person's dead. Whatever was blurred out was dead.
It's actually working.
It's great.
Oh, you added this. I thought it was really
Yeah.
It's perfect.
They're getting to safety. What do those people do all day?
Listen to Drake, apparently.
Oh my god.
That's
How do you get there?
That's a metropolitan city for you, man.
That's a democratic city for you.
Yes. Democratic city.
So what is Tranq?
We got to look that up because I don't actually know what Tranq is.
Misfit Randall said, I grew up just outside of Philly, but that's not the Philly I remember. I'm sure. Lisa Maria, that's awful. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That sucks even more because I do this whenever I watch videos of fucking New York. I get pissed off. I used to love going to New York City.
That's not the New York you remember.
It had its dangers still, but there was at least like a level of law and order there. There was order to it.
It was a buffer for the danger. Yeah. There's no buffer for the danger in New York no more.
It's over. So that must suck for Misfit Ramdale to see his city just fucking fall. What is Tranq? How do you spell it?
I believe it's TRANQ. I'm trying to see.
It's animal tranquilizer?
That makes sense.
That's why it's called Tranq.
That's why it's called Tranq. Yeah. Xylazine. Tranq, drug also known as Tranq dope or zombie drug, is a street name for the animal tranquilizer xylazine. Xylazine is a sedative, muscle relaxant, and an analgesic used for pharmaceutical purposes in large animals like horses and cattle. It is not approved for human use and is not considered a federally controlled substance.
So you could take this shit, but ivermectin is fucking...
Yeah,
it's fucking evil.
Yeah,
holy fuck!
Fuck that. Wow. It's a cutting agent. Xylazine has been found in heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine.
Oh, they cut it with it.
Cutting agent. Wow.
That's insane. I didn't know. I don't know why I didn't put that together. That it was actually tranquilizer. Silly me.
It was horse tranquilizer.
And xylazine was present in nearly 1/3 of fatal opioid overdose cases.
1/3
in Philadelphia. 1/3 of that was
in 2019.
Yeah.
So that definitely falls under like epidemic shit.
Oh, yeah,
that's epidemic level
for sure.
So that means a lot of motherfuckers are on this drug. That's
the heroin in it.
That is insane.
If they can't buy heroin like straight, they'll get it cut with xylazine.
With some Tranq.
Yeah, with some Tranq. They'll just get Tranq.
Get you, yeah.
There's a little. They know there's a little heroin in it.
Yeah, get you to level off.
Yeah, off the planet, nigga. For real.
The new fentanyl. I was gonna say, I bet you the other 2/3, most of that is fentanyl.
Yeah,
Fentanyl is probably the most interesting case in terms of drugs that have gotten into this country, because we all know the story about the cocaine cowboys and all that. Now I believe this is the first drug that was politically placed in this country by one of our enemies, and it's working.
Yeah.
So
just for anybody that's watching that doesn't know what we're talking about, China uses the Mexican cartel. They manufacture fentanyl.
They make the fentanyl. So if you wondered where fentanyl ever was first produced, China. That's a fact.
And then it's shipped through Mexico. They use the cartels to get it into this country. So China's illegally shipping in fentanyl into our country, and they're killing us the smart way.
Yep, through media and drugs. Whew, it's gonna be a scary next 10 years.
Yeah, you're right. Through media manipulation, and then eventually fucking cyber hacking and shit.
Probably already.
Probably getting ready to knock out our power system.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that's what's the big thing that they're planning for.
No, they think right wingers are gonna do that.
That's what they're saying it is, but yeah. And then when it happens, it's really gonna be China.
Yeah.
Or Russia.
It's never a right winger when it actually happens. Fucking somebody shoots up a school and they automatically think the white supremacist, but as soon as it's a tranny, there's no documents for anything that this person wrote down before the shooting. Just make it make sense. We still don't have it, by the way. Still not public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, what was that?
The tranny manifesto.
Oh yeah, exactly. Tranifesto.
Yeah, Tranifesto.
Lisa Marie, China
Manifesto.
gave us COVID and fentanyl. Oh, she's trying to. Lisa Marie playing with fire tonight. All right,
Lisa Marie, we're on the backup. Come on.
Lisa Marie making Skrill nervous. I like that.
Shit.
Not a FedCon sub, so legal. Brian Brumbelow? I'm not sure what that means.
What does that mean, Brian? Not a FedCon sub, so... Well, maybe... So...
Not a federal controlled substance, so...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I get you.
I'm sitting here thinking subcontractor. I'm like trying to figure out what he meant by that.
Well, I think the only people that have or should have access to Xylazine are vets. So if people and people who own farms, you know what I mean? They probably...
I see what you mean. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you meant military vets, but you mean actual vets.
Yeah, like actual
veterinarians.
Veterinarians. So, I don't think the feds have looked at it like that because it should be used, but it's getting into the street. Well, it's been in the street.
Okay, he does make a good point that it wasn't originally made. It's made for a purpose.
Yeah,
People are just using it. It's just like the air dust thing.
People are using it to get high.
Yeah, you can't make those illegal. That's true. But I mean, fentanyl though, because don't they prescribe fentanyl? Don't they? Or they
No.
They're not allowed to do that.
No. Fentanyl is it's 100% deadly. Like there's no room for error. Like they say, I don't understand how these people are smoking it, shooting it, and they're not dying. They say just a little bit is enough to kill you.
Because they're probably they know the little pinch, to use.
I don't know the measurements, but it killed Mac Miller. He didn't think he was smoking fentanyl. Like that's not what he wanted, or taking pills, fentanyl pills. A lot of the deaths are pill overdoses because we live in a pill culture now.
Well, a lot of it too is that they're building up a tolerance for it, so they're just taking more and more.
More and more, yeah.
And then I've seen people do that in fucking real life. Build up a tolerance. They go through a bottle.
Matter of fact, and Peter said something earlier. I don't want to miss his. He said he just had a family friend die from an overdose after being sober for years.
That too. You stop and then you lose your tolerance, and they go back in thinking they could take the same amount. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry to hear that, Pete. That's fucking sucks, man.
Brother.
Yeah. This shit is serious. And what's crazy is, I think almost everybody has some kind of connection to something drug related. That's how much of a fucking problem it is.
Really, Lisa Marie? I didn't know that. Lisa Marie said they prescribed it. It comes.
They did, yeah, I know.
Prescription form. My boyfriend had it with kids. So I had no idea they prescribed fentanyl.
It's a super it's like I believe a painkiller.
But isn't
I believe
what's the other one? There's another opioid that's a painkiller that people were getting hooked on.
I mean, they get hooked on all of them. Oxycontin.
Yeah.
People were smoking that shit too. They were sprinkling that in joints.
Which again, I've had Oxy, but it was a medical thing. I was prescribed Oxy. I had a tooth taken out, and they gave me Oxycontin, and I didn't get addicted to it. I took it, and it felt like an Advil, so I didn't really feel the need to keep going. You know what I mean?
And imagine Flocka was a step up, stepped on fentanyl.
Flocka.
Yeah, it was a synthetic fentanyl.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
That's how you eat faces. That makes sense.
No, that was bath salts.
Oh, that was bath salts.
Which was also a blend in with the fentanyl.
Fentanyl, really? Yeah. So maybe fentanyl was always
It was fentanyl and bath salts that made Flocka.
Well, look, I think even on the level of medically prescribed, we're over medicating people. Like I think there's people like, I don't know if it's a study, but I heard a thing where they're just medicating people. Like that's always their choice. That's always the thing they want to do.
Well, you know,
The first thing they'll tell you to do is they'll prescribe you something.
Doctors get paid, but don't forget, doctors also get visits from pharmacy agents when they're selling pills and stuff. They're like, all right, we're gonna give you this package. You're gonna sell this amount of pills. So whoever comes in for this ailment, this is what you're gonna give them.
Well, what do you think they're doing with the transsexuals?
Same thing.
They get. I think first off, I think the hospital or the doctor gets like $5,000 off the top just for transitioning somebody.
Nice little kickback.
And then they're basically a medical experiment for the rest of their life. So that's just money always coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So they're finding a way to take people who are perfectly fine and healthy and making them medically fucking reliable or medically reliant.
They're gonna keep going until you don't have to dilate it anymore.
I hear it. By the way, you got to watch What Is a Woman. They put it out. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
What Is a Woman was great. Got to give it to them.
It's on Twitter right now for the weekend.
Not only that, it was like, not only was it great, like with substance, it was shot very well. It wasn't, they didn't go cheap on that shit.
Okay.
So it's like HBO documentary level.
Where can I watch it?
On Twitter. On Twitter. Which, by the way,